If a client specifically asks for better acoustics, normally it's because they've gone through something where it was really bad and they're now responding specifically to that.
We've found out with time that acoustic design was very close from lighting design and very close from interior design. So I think the very high traffic, high animated areas are spaces where the acoustic is very vibrant, is very lively and so on. And the further you go into the areas that are more human cocoons, the light dims down, the interior design comes a little bit richer, a little bit warmer and so on.
Since COVID, the office environment has changed quite a lot. So people are coming to the office and performing in different ways from what they would have before. And there's a lot of different environments that are in the office today than what we saw before COVID. There's an expectation for different types of acoustic levels. So it isn't necessarily that you want like a completely quiet space. You need a variety. So it's important to study the different materials that you're using in there, how people will use this space, and then obviously creating environments that respond to the way a client would want to use the space.
Poor acoustic can directly impact stress levels, focus, and even how the team collaborates. However, in a well-designed space, you can immediately feel the difference. People are calmer, conversations are more natural, the space really feels supportive rather than demanding the attention.
The AAA, as we call it, the acoustics, the aesthetics, and the ambience. So we make sure that all architects and designers don't have to fudge their designs to achieve the acoustics.
Once you coordinate the acoustic earlier, you can integrate it as a layer of the design. It's not something that's added on or a layer that's after the project is finished. So that's why I think it's very important to do it in an early coordination and not an afterthought or a layer that you add later.
Generally, we get requests for good acoustic levels, just like you would kind of for any sort of design parameters within an office space. It's more about trying to understand the environments themselves and asking the clients, what is it that you're looking for, and then designing around that.
We're creating the new Emirates business lounges. This is one of the big issues. So it's a very, very high traffic, 24/7 usage. So a lot of the areas in contact with the clients have to be hard, to be easy to maintain. And therefore, the acoustic is extremely uncomfortable. So this is where the Knauf product would come in to be able to dampen that kind of environment. We want a very high luxurious space. And again, acoustic comfort is a part of that. As designers, we don't just do pretty environment, we have to make them also comfortable, useful, durable. And I think an acoustic comes with that. And seeing the Knauf product, we've seen there's actually some products that have this really qualitative acoustic support that they bring, but also they look very, very good. The products have become so efficient, so technical, that for us it's actually a lot easier to use them.
One big misconception is that acoustic always mean bulky panels and unattractive finishes. But in reality, there is so much innovation and integration. You can achieve great performance quite beautifully. I think another misconception is that acoustics are optional, but really I think once the client experiences the difference with a well-treated acoustic space, they realize that it's not luxury, but it's a necessity for every space.
There's been so much more focus in recent years on acoustic design. A lot of that would have to do probably with like LEED and WELL certification processes and more criteria that you have to adhere to.